What's up, friends? It's Firecore, and welcome back to a new Wi-Fi battle. Wait, this ain't Wi-Fi. This is Pokemon Showdown. Well, I'm going to be doing a team breakdown at the beginning so I can showcase the sets for anyone who want to take them to themselves. I might leave it inside the description if you want the team. Probably won't. I'll probably forget. But anyways, let's break down the team. Today we're going to be doing a PU versus, or we're going to be doing PU Mons versus the Battle Spot Singles metagame, which consists of a lot of very, very broken Mons, in all honesty. We have things like Dracovish, Galarian Darmanitan, Cinderace, a lot of things that get so much stronger with the addition of Dynamax, and they're just strong on their own. So we're using Mons that come from the PU/ZU tier, meaning they are very low on the tier list, you could say, overall. So Mons like Cinderace and Volcarona, inside of a 6v6 metagame, they are very, very high. But then you have Mons like Sandaconda over here, which is quite low, but still a good Mon. So let's get into the team. First, we have Junji, which is going to be a reference to Junji Ito, the master of the spiral. He is a horror manga artist that I can't build up the balls to read his novels or his work because I'm deathly afraid of anything horror. But we have a shed skin Sandaconda, very basic. I decided not to run any Stealth Rock, which doesn't really help me, but I wanted the Stone Edge so I could hit some things, since there's quite a bit of flying types out there. And I also wanted this to kind of be a counter to Cinderace, and if it goes for a flying type move, I'm not going to be able to touch it. Yeah, but with the Shed Skin ability, we have a 33% chance to get rid of our status effects every single turn, which pairing up with Rest can be helpful. Yeah, next one we have is going to be the Agility Kingler named Cookie. He says Cookie inside the anime. Instead of Kingler, he goes like Cookie, kind of weird. But with Agility, we can get really fast, and look at that attack stat. Might look pretty menacing, but we also have the Sheer Force ability, which makes Life Orb. Well, it keeps the damage buff from Life Orb, but it makes it so moves that have an added effect, like Liquidation, has a chance to drop defense. It gets rid of that chance, but it makes them stronger. And also it gets rid of the effect of the damage from the Life Orb, so you don't take any damage from that, which is very, very strong. And this Mon, oh man, he's powerful. He's very powerful. Liquidation, Hammer Arm for Dynamaxing, since this is a Dynamax Mon. Then we got Drip. You got that Dripio. This is going to be an Expert Belt Scrafty. I don't really know how good Expert Belt is, but you know, it's pretty defensive, and I decided I wanted to use a DD variant. Might be able to do some sweeping inside of the video with some Dragon Dance shenanigans. I think you already know the reason behind the name. Then we have Magic. Now, this might seem like a very cringe name, but I do have some reasoning for it. My outro, which you will hear at the end of this video, or if you've heard it before, is, well, the title of the song is Magic of the Masquerade, or Masquerade Party, the whole, like, masks, and all that kind of stuff. So, since this, Pokemon has, like, a superhero mask on, or a Masquerade mask, is trying to hide its identity, I decided to call it that. Very, very cool. It's a Scarf Roserade with, Leaf Storm, Sludge Bomb, Dazzling Gleam. This is a very dangerous sweeper, especially with Dynamax, so it can add some more special attack due to Sludge Bomb. Doesn't have to get paralyzed or anything like that because it has max Starfall. It can set up the Misty Terrain, so we don't have to have that, and then Leafy Terrain or Grassy Terrain. Very cool. We've got Murka. Now this Mon is, I'm hoping it puts in work inside this video, because I specifically put this Mon in to deal with the top tier Mons of this metagame, being Battle Spot Singles. And that is due to Intimidate being everywhere. So if you guys have played any Battle Spot Singles, you know that Lando's everywhere. Basically any Mon that can intimidate you will most likely intimidate you, unless they have Moxie, which a few do. Like Salamence has Moxie, Gyarados has Moxie, Crocodile has Moxie, but they all have Intimidate. So, you know, if they have Intimidate, oh my god, you will not believe how crazy these people are. They just go for attacks that normally lower our stats, but Defiant makes it so our attack gets risen by 2 every single time they lower something. And then we also have the Adrenal Orb, which makes it so when we're hit with any kind of Intimidate, well, specifically Intimidate, our speed gets risen. So if we have like a Choice Scarf Landorus or something, we will be able to not outspeed it, but you know, maybe if it's like slow or something. I don't know. I just wanted the Adrenaline Orb since I didn't know what to put on it. and I didn't want to have Brave Bird damage, Life Orb damage. I didn't want like Sharp Beak. I wanted Adrenaline Orb, and I hope it puts in some work. It's called America because it's American. We got Steve Minecraft because he's a block from Minecraft. We have a weak armor Focus Sash Crystal over here with X Scissor, Stone Edge, EQ, and Shell Smash. Yeah, very, very basic, just Shell Smash Crystal. Focus Sashes are very powerful inside this meta, so hopefully we can do something and, you know, be able to take out a Cinderace, something like that. Also, I forgot to mention, we have Defog on Merca, since I don't want to have to deal with any dual screens, since that's bullshit, and I don't want that. Or, like, Toxic Spike stacking or anything like that. I also have Iron Head, not because of, usually people run Iron Head on Braviary for the Sheer Force bonus, because it also has Sheer Force, but Defiant is better for what I'm going to do. But I give it Iron Head, so when it Dynamaxes, it can raise its defense with Max Steel Spike, which might help in some specific situations. So here's the team. You can ask for it inside the comments, and I'll probably give it to you. Well, I definitely will, but I'll probably forget to just put it down there if no one asks. So be sure to ask and help your fellow compadre make myself remember. Yeah, but this is the team. Hopefully it puts in work, and I'll see you guys in the video. Alright, here we are. Wi-Fi battling. I'm actually recording this post-video because editing problems. But it's fine. I know what's going to happen, and this is epic. So, we are going to be using PU, like Voltfire Corp said before, against Battlespot singles. We have some cool tech, and hopefully it can work out. Alright, so this is somewhat edited, the video, so hopefully that's okay with you. Now over here, my opponent's team is absolutely terrifying. I really thought they were just going to lead with Tapu Fini and sweep for my entire team, so as you can probably tell, I brought Roserade, since that's a little helpful. So yes, I grab my Roserade, and, well no, I go Crustle first, because I want to get that sweep. Go Roserade, and then I think I go Kingler? Yeah, I go Kingler for the sweeping prowess. Alright, so, there's my new profile picture. Yes, I decided to change it up. Pretty cool. So we have our friend over here, who has some nice glasses, and he starts off with his Glacier, which I did not expect, but good matchup on my part, I guess, so I'm very happy. I immediately decide, yo, guess what? It's time to Shell Smash up. As you guys already saw into the team breakdown, this is a very offensive-themed Crystal, so why not let it do its offensive thing? So, yeah, cut right there, because Dynamax, don't want to see that. He Dynamaxes immediately, and I just Shell Smash inside of his face. So I had a feeling he was going to just go for an Ice-type move and kill me, because it's Stab, and it says that the Hail, which would break through my Focus Sash, so I was scared as hell. But for some reason, he goes for the Max Fighting over here, which we will see this giant fist come out of the sky very soon. Yeah, so as you can see, that was neutral, and Stab probably would have done more. But he wanted to, like, sweep me with this slow-ass Mon. But luckily, haha, with my weak armor, I am set up to sweep, kind of. Weak armor on this Mon is very cool. So I'm just like, hey, hit Shell Smash. No, Stone Edge. Luckily, I hit it, and it does a lot more than I expected. That was, like, I couldn't break that thing with any of my other Mons. Like, Kingler, you think Kingler's going to do any damage to that thing? Well, Kingler would have done some damage. Probably been able to kill it, but still, I don't want to risk that kind of thing. This thing is an absolute monster. So he gets this whole Chilling Neigh, and I immediately decide, hey, guess what? Now that I get a free switch in, I'm going to go into Kingler. So I go into Kingler, and I make probably the riskiest play I could have ever made playing this game. I think I would have lost straight up, since Kingler gave some, I don't know. I don't know if I would have lost. Maybe, who knows? Depending on his set on the Mon he's going to go into next. But I go into Kingler, and you can already probably expect what I'm going to do. Instead of doing something normal, I decide, hey, guess what? I'm going to Agility up. So, yep, I just go for the Agility, and I'm like, you know, maybe he doesn't have the Finny. I could just sweep him right now. So I go for this Agility, and watch how close this comes to obliterating me. 10 HP. 10 HP. Kingler hanging on with the power of his Cookie, which unfortunately his nickname isn't showing up, but whatever. He comes in, he gets +2 speed, and of course I'm sheer force, so I don't have to worry about the life orb. I can just click liquidation for free and do insane damage. Yes, 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 this is the power of Kingler, even though he's only at like 20 HP or something, but he lived, and he gave some nice chip on the next Mon. And this is kind of his, one of his only debuts. Again, he's not the strongest Mon. Well, he's strong as fuck, but I had a couple counters that absolutely walled me. Alright, so he goes into his Feeny over here, kind of makes sense, it's very good to counter me. I am G-Max on this Mon, so I could have Dynamaxed and done that, but I had, of course, the Rose Raid inside the back, who is very helpful at hitting him really hard, which I'm going to be doing. So I go for the Rock Slide here. I'm like, do as much damage as possible. I don't think it's possible to flinch instead of Misty Terrain, but of course I also have the Sheer Force, so I don't get any bonus effects. But now I have the Rose Raid last, which you can probably expect what this thing is going to do, since it is a Scarf Rose Raid that has the ability to Dynamax and get ×1 or +1 special attack from Max Ooze. So we'll just let this play out slowly with Magic, unfortunately not showing the nickname, comes in, goes for that Max Ooze, yeah, and takes him out immediately. Well, not immediately, but actually I think it does. I think it does kill him. Also, yeah, there you can see I've been cutting through a bit of these sections of clicking the move. So yeah, somewhat edited, not really. Max Ooze comes out, and this kills him. I get +1 special attack, and I knew exactly what I needed to do. I needed to keep this Mon alive, so I could go for the part of the reason why I had Toxic on this Mon is when I Dynamax, I could go for the Max Guard, which would be very helpful. So it's Moltres. Like, if it was some other Mon, I might have decided, yo, I'm just gonna keep protecting until I can get my Scarf back, if it's like faster than me or something like that, which it might have been. Well, I don't think it could have been, since I was... No, actually it probably is. So he goes for the Sucker Punch over here. I checked this dude's team afterwards, and he was like a weird un-EV spreaded, or he had no adequate EVs, so I just go for the Max Starfall and take him out in one hit. So, good old Rose Raid sweep at the end. Very powerful Mon. And unfortunately, my opponent kind of got washed. So his name is Ryuto. Next battle is going to go against another Japanese person. Going to be Kohei. Yeah, so I start off my Sandaconda over here since I just really want to paralyze something. And this dude has an Ivysaur on his team, which I later found out was Evilite, so I guess he wanted that. Yeah, really weird team. I didn't really know how to feel about it. But it did have an Intimidator, so I was like, please, please for the love of God, go into your Intimidator and let me get something of my Braviary. Well, you can just wait and see if that turned out okay. So we started off with his Ivysaur for some reason. Don't know why he would have picked that when he had monsters like Cinderace on his team, but, you know, whatever he wants to do. He wanted the Ivysaur. So this might look like a bad matchup right now, but I know this is an Ivysaur. I don't really have a good switch in. Since I don't want to get Sleep Powdered, I don't want to get Leech Seeded, I just kind of want to... I just kind of want to glare him. I want to be annoying. And of course I also have the Shed Skin, so I can shed it off. Another bad thing about Battle Spot singles is you can't really like have Sleep Claws, so they could put your entire team to sleep. Speaking of putting something to sleep, I make him go Night-Night with Paralyzation, and get pretty lucky with the Paralux. Go for the EQ over here, taking off the Ivysaur, or taking a chunk out of the Ivysaur when he sets up the Leech Seeds inside my face. Now just wait, it's beautiful. It's beautiful on what happens to this Ivysaur late game. So just normal. I really expected that he was going to go for the Protect here, so I'm pretty sure I switch out into my Braviary and decide, yep, it's time. It's time. I really don't want to deal with Cinderace, so I'm just going to set up the Max Knuckles. I'm going to set up the Max Airstreams. I'm going to do it now. And since his team was kind of weak, he had like no resistances. The only Mon that was like, yeah, he gets paralyzed, but I don't think it mattered. He probably would have just only like went for a Protect or maybe a Poison move. So I'll of course just go for the Max Airstream, and what follows is basically, I can only describe it as pure destruction. He sacks Cryogonal, which makes 0 sense. Like, it it would have died regardless, but I don't know. Maybe if he was able to take out the Braviary, it could have put in work late game, since I had a Sanaconda, and pretty sure I also had the Rose Raid inside this game. But he decides not to. So I hit him with the Airstream, and of course taking him out, since Cryogonal has like 7 defense. And now I have +1 speed. What follows, like I already said, is destruction. So you can just take a look. He goes into his Intimidator, and you know, like a normal person, oh, I'm just going to intimidate him. But no, I'm Defiant, so I get +1 off of that. Big mistake on his part. And I also get my Adrenaline Orb, which makes me extremely happy. I'm +2 speed, so even if he's like Choice Scarf, I'm pretty sure I'm faster, which is very helpful. And I'm just going to go for the max Airstream again. I really don't need to go for the max Knuckle, since his last Maul is Ivysaur. There's no real reason to try to set up on Ivysaur. So Murica is putting in the work against the Salamence. Now I checked this thing later, and this is a very normal Salamence. Had like Outrage, just full physical, physically offensive, Intimidator. So I go with another maxed Airstream. It does more than I expected. Like, I know I was like +1 at the time, but still, this is a Salamence, and I'm a Braviary. So for some reason he goes for a max Wimworm, and it, as most of you probably know, that lowers a stat, which gives me another +2, putting me at +2 right now. So I'm +2, +3 instead of speed. I don't think this dude has any way to take me out. He does go for the max guard here, but it is Muda. It is useless. He has no way to defeat me now, since there's no way that I'm going to die from the Brave Bird. And even if I did, I had a Sanaconda, which could have still taken out the Ivysaur. Sorry, I was like going inside my head, Venusaur, but no, he's just using a basic Ivysaur. Alright, so yeah, this is the end of the game. I'm glad no one forfeited. I was able to get some nice, clean footage of Braviary putting in work inside of these games. Specifically this one. Alright, so there goes his Salamence, and of course, you can probably already tell what happens next. He has an Ivysaur. I have a +2, +4 Braviary with Brave Bird. Yeah, I don't think it's looking too good for the Ivysaur player. Sounds like I'm playing some Smash Bros. So of course I just absolutely obliterate him with a Brave Bird. I'm able to see its animation, which is one of the first times I've seen it. Looks very clean. And there goes the Ivysaur. So there's game 2. Game 1 we were able to showcase the power of basically all of them, specifically Rose Raid, and this one was a sweep on Braviary. It unfortunately lost its life due to the Brave Bird at the end, but I think it was still an earnest fight. And we still had 2 Mons, so, you know. And then the final game is against someone with a Korean name I'm not going to try to pronounce. Very dangerous team. I want to go Crustal since it has something for literally every single Mon. Then I go into my Scrafty, since I have to showcase this thing. I did every single Mon was on the battlefield, and now Scrafty. And then Rose Raid at the end for the coolness, because I like Rose Raid. Yeah, so Korean person over here starts off with their Zapdos, the Rank Master, and I didn't even expect this, so I just threw out Crustal because I was like, hey, I want something right now. So I go for a Stone Edge here. I didn't want to go for a Shell Smash. I don't want him to paralyze me with Discharge or something. But something strange happens. He D-maxes immediately, which I'm like, okay, fine. He'll probably just go for like a max Airstream or something, and it'll make him faster than me, so my Shell Smash is useless. But if he goes for the max Airstream over here, I'm like, okay, that did quite a bit of damage. But like, I'm surprised it didn't like bring me down to like 0 or anything. But then it activates my weak armor, so this is a physical Zapdos, most likely with Drill Peck. So unfortunately for him, since I Shell Smashed and I also got the -1 defense but +2 speed with my weak armor, now I'm +4 and able to outspeed the +1 Zapdos with a Crustal and take him out with a Stone Edge. So there goes his Dynamax Mon. He was only able to slightly weaken Minecraft Steve over here, but there we go. We are Shell Smashed up. We are looking nice. Unfortunately, he has another Mon that I kind of expected he was going to go into. He goes into his Mimikyu, which is perfectly logical. He can just Shadow Sneak me and take me out. So I go for the EQ here just to make sure I don't miss. If he wants to go for SD, So I expected an SD here, since like, why the fuck wouldn't he, just go for a Shadow Sneak? But I guess he just wanted to SD on this Mon right here. But then a very strange thing happens. He goes for a Play Rough. So the Savage not only didn't care about his disguise, he didn't Shadow Sneak me, which would have definitely killed since I was -4 inside of defense. He didn't even go for a Shadow Claw. He could have missed that and lost that Mon as well. So I go into my Rose right here, I'm pretty sure. Yes. And I'm like, I'm not Dynamaxing this bitch. I am not Dynamaxing her. I'm going to let Scrafty get the final kills with his Dynamaxed power. So I take a look at his team and just decide, Max Sludge, baby. Well, not Max Sludge, since I don't want to Dynamax. I just go for the Sludge Bomb over here and do a lot more than I expected. This, as you saw into the team builder, I'm pretty sure is a modest max speed. So I made this thing like as offensive as possible without, and then he goes for a sub for some reason. I don't know what kind of set this is. Sub, Play Rough, sub 4 attack, 4 attack. Yeah, but I take out him. He doesn't even have Shadow Sneak, I don't think, so kind of strange. I've never seen a Mimikyu without Shadow Sneak. It seems to be its signature move by now. Then he goes into Urshifu. I expected to lose this one, hardcore, but I was like, nope, Scrafty, I believe in him. So I get the necessary chip. Well, I don't go hard into Scrafty, that would make me lose the game. But I just get my necessary chip and go for the Sludge Bomb, since I am Choice Scarf. If any of you didn't watch the beginning, you probably should watch the beginning, that kind of helps. But me being Scarf, I can't go for the Dazzling. He's going to Wicked Blow me, and it's an Urshifu. There's no way in hell I'm going to live this. So he's able to take me out there with a guaranteed crit. And now it's Scrafty versus this Urshifu. We have the Dark Fighting type from OU and the Dark Fighting type from PU. Or ZU, I don't even know where the fuck he is. Let's see who is on top. Let's see who's on top. Even though he's weakened, I have Dynamax, it's a battle of Dark Fighting types. And our Scrafty, well, you can just see what happens. He eats this close combat like a champ. I was so happy that he didn't crit me, because for some reason my gut was just like, he's gonna crit me, or he's gonna have some weird attack. So I'm able to go for the max fighting, which is definitely gonna take out the -1 dude. He is done for, and that is going to be the end of the third battle. So a nice 3-0, was able to take them out pretty nicely, and I'm very glad I did. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to be it for this Wi-Fi battle. Please comment down below a Pokemon you want me to use instead of the future. Anyone you want, I'll probably do. But with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and keep on the lookout for my videos.